First news headlines. Certain groups of people adopt different plots, threaten NPP workers as they cannot face NPP in civilized manner, says NPP National President Konrad Kesangma. People are going to give mandate to Congress for bringing changes in Manipur, says AICC's election observer Jairam Ramesh. And transport of foreign goods restricted along Imphal-Murray Road in view of 12 state assembly elections. Hello and good evening. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. National President of National People's Party (NPP) Konrad Kesangma has termed it unfortunate that certain groups of people are adopting different plots and threatening the party workers as they cannot face NPP in a civilized manner. He maintained that the more they challenge the party, the more it will get stronger. He said this at the flag hoisting ceremony of NPP candidate of Ketrigao Assembly constituency Sheikh Nurul Hassan at the candidate's residence at Ketri Awanglekai, Ketrigao in Imphal East district today. Speaking further, Konrad Kesangma maintained that NPP will never back down and always face any threat and challenge against its workers. Stating that NPP is a party which advocates secularism, he said that the party's objective and promise is to work for inclusive development, setting aside differences of religion, caste or creed. He continued that people are starting to support and like the party more and more and expressed confidence that with the support of the people, the NPP will be the single largest party in the upcoming Manipur Legislative Assembly elections. The national NPP president also exhibited confidence that an NPP-led government will come to power in the state. He further assured that NPP will work for the welfare of the youths, women and minority groups if people give the party the chance to form the government.
वहाँ वो लोग अलग अलग तरीकों से हमारे वर्कर्स को डराना चाहते हैं। मैं इन दलों के लोगों को और कैंडिडेट को बोलना चाहता हूँ कि हमारी एनपीपी के जो लोग हैं वो नहीं डरेंगे। हमारी एनपीपी के लोग जितना आप हमें चैलेंज करेंगे, हम उतना ही और मजबूती से और ताकत से काम करेंगे और इस इलेक्शन में हम जरूर हमारे जो कैंडिडेट्स हैं हम लोग जिताएंगे।
Speaking on the occasion, NPP candidate of Ketrigao Assembly constituency Sheikh Nurul Hassan stated that he decided to contest election with an objective to bring a developed society based on secularism. He also expressed confidence that he will win with 7,000 more votes than his rival candidate. The candidate also called upon the people of the constituency to work together for a clean, changed and developed Ketrigao Assembly constituency. AICC's election observer Jairam Ramesh has said after 20 years, people of the state are going to give mandate to Congress for bringing changes in Manipur, thus steering the parliamentary elections toward a change in 2024. He was addressing media persons at the press meet held in connection with the proposed visit of AICC General Secretary Rahul Gandhi to the state tomorrow. Jairam Ramesh further said that the Congress came to power in both the state and the centre in 2002 and 2004. He expressed confidence that people will surely hand over the power to Congress after 20 years to carve out a path for a more developed Manipur and that Congress will show a changed governance in India. The changes after parliamentary elections 2024 will follow the changes people of Manipur and will witness after 2022 state assembly elections, Jairam said. He also said that Rahul Gandhi during his state visit will give strong messages to the people for a changed Manipur. He will speak on the dark 5-year period of BJP's rule in the state, the violation of constitution and democratic rights of the people, drug problems and low administration of 2 doses of COVID jab among others.
Shri Rahul Gandhi will be addressing the public on the issues that face the people of Manipur. 5 years of darkness, 5 years of misgovernance, 5 years of suppression of democratic and constitutional rights, 5 years of no election to the ADCs, 5 years of no recruitment to Manipur civil services.
As per the instruction of Election Commission of India (ECI), in view of the upcoming 12th Manipur legislative elections, Custom Preventive Force More has restricted import and transport of foreign products along Imphal-More Road from today. With the restriction coming into force, a drive was conducted at More Police Checkpost near TONGBRAM along Imphal-More Road. The team led by SP Custom Preventive Force M.A. Shah checked the vehicles coming from More and heading towards Imphal. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines of the drive, SP M.A. Shah said the import and export of goods has been restricted as per the direction of ECI in view of the ensuing state elections. He also appealed to drivers and traders plying along Imphal-More Road to cooperate with the initiative of Custom Preventive Force and More Police.
State Assembly ki tangkak ani thokna February ki tarik 9 amadi March ki tarik 5 da pangthok kadoriba election asika mari loinana sising tharang lokha chabani akoina lokha chariba khongthang asida atopa neighboring country sing dagi More gi forest fencing phawraga Imphal lom da puthokpa amadi Imphal lom dagi More phawraga atopa country da puthokpa posingbu akoina strict vision thamjabani.
Spokesperson of BJP S. Nongpok has alleged that gagging voice of the press and violation of democratic rights of the people happened during Congress rule and maintained that BJP-led government never violated the democratic rights of the people. The spokesperson made a statement in response to AICC's election observer Jairam Ramesh's allegation on BJP of making democracy meaningless. Addressing media persons at the press meet held at Thambal Sanglan at Nityaipa Chutek today, Nongpok termed the allegation on Jairam Ramesh against the BJP as baseless and maintained that BJP will never accept such allegations. He further said the remark of the AICC leader was an attempt to tarnish the image of BJP to cover up the mistakes of the Congress. Stating that people are well aware of violation of democratic rights of the people by the Congress, Nongpok cited that Indira Gandhi imposed emergency for 21 months even after Allahabad court declared the election as null and void. He stated that it is hilarious that such party is pointing fingers at BJP. Nongpok further said that Congress is a party which indulges in family politics and BJP is a party which values and believes in democracy.
Niyom gi wangmada wangang bakar phabasiga aniji khenaba yam leba akhona tawsina societal principle thugairakpa adigi moral principle thugairakpa samajik maning chingthana ba mi singdo makoina phungdrokpa yam derogatory oiba wakhan singdo ain gi mating lawraga ain duni matungina makoiji chairak pinabu honabane adugi chairak pinabu honabudu makoina samalochna tawba adu phaba haidana hai Makoigidi, Koina Mohaniamanda, even rape case, Amagi Matang, the cover over Chaluba Pawada, press media, Singji, camera Munba, Digi, Makoji, Pazin Makotinba, Mokoji Matamato, Tamdi print media, electron media, Naharon Marina Pau, Pungi, Haibida Makta, Padana Pundana, Mayam Togin, Asumato, Mayam Sidida, Maduga Changdam Naraga, Mokoina Togi, Moina Toro Barina, Atopo Choidam Toromani, Hector Hajelachi. Haidana Hajin Bagi Mongsi, Yam Tawang by Koina Yamikai Kumizariba, Jaram Miskumana, Sumba. Wapum Harapoche, Ekoida, Nukpa, Amadi, Nukba Power.
Roads have been blocked at Funal village in Karao Assembly constituency over a dispute between party workers. According to reports, some unknown people suspected to be BJP workers blocked a 2-kilometer-long road connecting Funal to Kangthok last night with logs. The villagers suspect that it may be because some villagers extended their support to the NPP candidate of the constituency. One of the NPP workers informed that the villagers used the road from Funal to Kangthok as they feared the road that formerly used due to election-related conflict. Now the villagers fear passing the road after it was blocked by unknown people. He appealed to those involved in the incident not to cause fear among the people.
Magi apamba fundamental right ki matung ina masa-masa ki apamba diga vote nambagi
National Secretary of Shiv Sena Anil Desai said the party will give special emphasis on improving horticulture, agriculture, fisheries and handloom and handicraft to bring more development in the state. He said this during the release of Shiv Sena Manipur State Unit's manifesto for the election to the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly at its office at Babupura today. Speaking on the occasion, Anil said Shiv Sena used to be an organization which was involved in social movements. Safe drinking water, electricity and healthcare, which are prerequisites for a developed society, are lacking in the state, he said. Promising to give emphasis on boosting the income of laborers, Anil said the party will work towards bringing progress for the people of the state even after the election.
Why Manipur people, why talented people leave the state and go to other states or go to other parts of the country or globally they move? Why? Because there is no ample opportunities coming up here.
Taking part in the program, President of Shiv Sena Manipur State Unit M. Tombi said in comparison to other states, the condition of the state is heartbreaking. In Manipur, the poor become poorer while the rich become richer with no place for laborers. This is the gift of Congress and BJP, Tombi said.
Political party candidates BJP candidates Kanano, Yamna Tawhidaba, Yamna Yemahidaba, the Imaibil, Matushwalabada, Kopana Kawuma, Nomina Nambagumba, Galimayam Tugaibugumba, other candidate Mapada, Nomina Kapagumba, other Gidi workers in Satra, Boba, Nomina Kapana Hatpa.
According to the Public Affairs Index and Niti Aayog Index report, Manipur is the worst state among small states. Meghalaya's Home Minister and National Treasurer of NPP, James Sangma, said the state is one of the worst states in terms of health sector and other sectors. He said this during a one-day political conference held at the residence of NPP candidate of Kakting AC, Mayang Lambam Rameshwar at Sora. Speaking on the occasion, James expressed confidence that the NPP will form the government. Lamenting that the state is facing problems in drinking water and health facilities, James promised to bring solutions to all these problems.
मणिपुर में डेवलपमेंट लेके आने में पूरा उनको हेल्प मिलेगा.
Taking part in the political conference, Rameshwar said a former MLA of the AC who was terminated in the last term due to mistakes in his nomination paper is not a worthy representative. As such, he will not become an MLA even if he wins the election, Rameshwar said.
Right to elect our own leader. Akoi sabi leader makhan magi asigumba right ase masi akoi chumna silnasi amadi asengma sora prajabu nungsiba miyama mihu ko hensi hai bisine ba ina.
NPP candidate of Kairao Assembly constituency, Mohammad Nasiruddin Khan, said if people elected someone involved in crime, how can they take up good work? Criminals must be put in jail to rectify their mistakes, he said. He said this during his flag hoisting ceremony at his residence at Kiamgai Muslim Awang Laikai. Speaking on the occasion, he said one must not believe that people involved in crimes can do good things. He expressed displeasure over the destruction of vehicles of people who came to the flag hoisting ceremony. It shows that the state does not have peace with bad law and order conditions. Hence, everyone should come together irrespective of religion and caste. Further, Nasiruddin sought people's support towards NPP. Let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
अहानबा वोट थादबसे यामना मरु ओय करी खली अस फत्तबा कैंडिडेट अमदा वोट पिरुदो सरुक वोट पु थाददबना फरेदा कनाना अखोयगी जिंगसिदा फुटबॉल स्टेडियम थारंबगे कनाना ने इमागे थेल सागी कनाना कोदु विलेज अमदी कोदु हिल्स हौदोखिबनो होय इना मानिंगसिंग कैबिनेट मीटिंग फाउचिंग दा पांगथोखि अदुना यारोइने अखोय सेलगने वोटदो बीजेपी दा थादरसे अदुगने मणिपुरदा थंबाल साधलसे साथनदि कैनो इनामा
मांगजिल थाबा मणिपुर मिपाल तांगदबा मणिपुर बीजेपी गा लोइनना थंबाल की मरकादा नमलसे बीजेपी बु माय पाखलसे
Welcome back. India recorded 19,968 new COVID-19 cases and 673 related deaths in the last 24 hours. With this, the death count rose to 5.11 lakh and active caseload presently stood at 2.24 lakh across the country. With 48,847 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, the cumulative tally of recovered patients reached 4.20 crore. Consequently, India's recovery rate stood at 98.28%. With the administration of more than 30.81 lakh vaccine doses in the last 24 hours, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has exceeded 175.37 crore. In a veiled attack on Samajwadi Party, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that between 2014 to 2017, the Parivaris did not let him work for the people of Uttar Pradesh. Addressing a public rally in Hardoi, Prime Minister said that the people of Hardoi will celebrate the first Holi on March 10 with the bumper victory of the BJP. Prime Minister Modi also said that BJP government is for poor, farmer and youths of the country. Prime Minister Modi further added that the BJP government worked hard for 5 years, but between 2014 and 2017, these Parivarwadis did not support him. India's relations with China was going through a very difficult phase after Beijing violated border agreements. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said on Saturday, underlining that the state of the border will determine the state of the relationship. Jaishankar, addressing the Munich Security Conference MSC 2022 panel discussion, said that there is a problem India is having with China, and the problem is that for 45 years there was peace, there was stable border management, there were no military casualties on the border from 1975. He said in response to a question from the host. Jaishankar added that this change is because they had agreements with China not to bring military forces to the border, but its line of actual control, and the Chinese violated those agreements. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted the people of Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh on their statehood day and hailed their contribution. Expressing his greetings to the people of Mizoram on their statehood day, Prime Minister tweeted that India takes great pride in the vibrant Mizo culture and the contributions of Mizoram to national progress. Prime Minister added that he prayed for the good health and well-being of the people of Mizoram. Prime Minister Modi also extended best wishes to the people of Arunachal Pradesh on their statehood day, asserting that the government has done unprecedented work to speed up development in Arunachal Pradesh, and also pointed that modern infrastructure is being built there considering its role from the national security perspective, which is also a major gateway to East Asia. Mention may be made that both Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh were given statehood on this day in 1987. Russia is preparing to plunge Europe into its worst conflict since World War II. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said, warning that any invasion of Ukraine would freeze Moscow out of global finance. The fact is that all the signs are that the plan has already in some senses begun, he said in an interview from the Munich Security Conference after 2 Ukrainian soldiers were killed in attacks around Rivel-held enclaves. Russian invasion plans would see its troops not just enter Ukraine from the Rivel-held east, but from Belarus to the north and encircle the capital Kyiv, Johnson said, citing U.S. intelligence relayed to Western leaders by President Joe Biden. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top stories once again. Certain groups of people adopt different plots, threaten NPP workers as they cannot face NPP in civilized manner, says NPP National President Conrad Kesang. People are going to give mandate to Congress for bringing changes in Manipur, says AICC's election observer Jairam Ramesh. And transport of foreign goods restricted along Imphal-Moray Road in view of the 12 state assembly elections. That brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.